Well, hello, everyone. My name is Larry Cole. I'm the host of this new channel, and the channel is called COVID Impact 360 Conversations. Super excited about this because I've been wanting to do a channel for a long time, but I think that if you're going to do a channel, there should be a greater meaning behind it, especially because of the work I've been doing lately with, or at least for the last few years, with my long COVID advocacy. Um, so I finally had that reason to start the channel now. And I'm going to give you a little back as to why this got started. A few years ago, I did a top list of the top scientists and the people that were doing a lot of work on COVID and long COVID and the pandemic. It was all very early into the pandemic, and the playbook hadn't been written yet. And I saw that there was a lot of people really digging in hard to try to come up with some answers for a very frightened uh, population. So through my social media on LinkedIn, I did this top list of, I think it was about 50 doctors, scientists, clinicians, people that were really making an impact. And it went over very well. It was quite an interesting time. I think it was well in excess of 10,000 views, probably a lot more. Um, but it went over very well. Well, now we're going to fast forward. And uh, yesterday I did another post, but it changed things up a little bit. I thought about, let's do a list that had pioneering scientists, because 4 years ago you couldn't have called them pioneers. That we didn't think it was going to last 5 years. We didn't think it was going to last 10 years. But today, with that clear vision of 2020 hindsight, we know that these original people were the pioneers. And so I thought, okay, well, let's make a list of these people, and there were some names from 4 years ago still on that list, and some new names. But now there's a new dynamic. Now there's people that are social influencers that have phenomenally good channels, that are getting good information out to the globe. They're all very interesting. They're all a little bit different. I mean, let's face it. This once in 100 year pandemic came along and put a lot of people into the limelight that weren't in the limelight before. So that was my new list that I posted yesterday. I did that one on LinkedIn as well. But this time, the the names on the social influencers, as I call them, COVID and long COVID, that list is probably going to get a lot longer in the coming weeks. So all that to say, I wanted to start a channel and I'm going to rob this from my youth. There's a guy I used to listen to. Many of us did. If you're a little bit older, you'll recognize it right away. Um, his name is Paul Harvey, and whenever he was on the radio, he would always, in a Paul Harvey way, say, "Now you're going to hear the rest of the story." And that's what I want to do with these interviews of all these pioneers and social influencers. Is that I want to not just talk about COVID and long COVID, because you can get that almost anywhere. What I want to do is I want to dig into the past of these people. How did they get here, and how did they keep going? Like what's motivating them other than for the greater public good. So I've got some really good format questions that I want to ask. Some of them are going to may sound odd if I gave them to you right now, so I'll just leave it for a moment. But one of the questions I will ask, because I've done this quite a bit in business meetings, is that I always like to ask somebody, if you were king for a day, if you were president for a day, if you were CEO for a day, what's the one thing that you'd want to try to get? And decision wise, that's a great question. That whenever you hand that to a guest, you'll be surprised at how different that can be answered. So I can hardly wait to do that one. So that's where I'm going with this. Is I want to be different. I don't want it to be long. I plan on cutting these up into smaller chunks, 3 minute, 5 minute takes, and posting them as needed, instead of just having to sit through an hour. Most people don't have that kind of time. I'll have the full interviews up on this channel, but I'm gonna sprinkle or salt the 3 minute takes all over the place, and people can get a real sense of who these people are and the tremendous work they do. Like, and it really is tremendous work. So if you don't mind, um, if you watch this, please subscribe. Um, I know people say, please like and all the rest of them. I'm not going to assume any of that. If you don't like it, then you're not going to do that. But I'm doing this to be able to put videos back out on other formats as well. So um, the channel's great. It gives me that vehicle, and I think I've got the audience now. And there's a never-ending supply of people like me. So looking forward to seeing everyone, and thanks for stopping by today to watch this. Let's get started. Bye bye.